Hello everybody, my name is Nathan, and I am the man with a cartoon obsession. It's that time of year again. Valentine's Day is almost upon us, which means it's time to look at another romance anime. The past couple years, I talked about more sweet and wholesome series. This year, I decided to go in the complete opposite direction, and look at something a lot more... well, you'll see. Before we get into that though, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take just a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more animation related content. Without any further ado, let's get into my anime review of Henske. The full title of this anime is Henske, Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as Long as She's a Cutie? It's based off of the light novel of the same name. The series was produced by Geek Toys and it was licensed and dubbed by Funimation here in North America. Henske ran from July 8, 2019 to September 23, 2019. The series consists of a single 12-episode season, but in addition to that and the light novel, there's also a manga, a drama CD, a browser game, and a series of 12 one-minute long animated shorts. Before I get into the actual review, I'll throw in a spoiler alert. There will only be slight spoilers, but still, better safe than sorry. Henske follows Keiki Kiryu, a high school boy who wants a girlfriend naturally, but he's specifically looking for a romantic relationship. One day, while he's cleaning up the club room, he finds a love letter and a pair of panties. He then makes it his mission to find his Cinderella, or as the English dub refers to this secret admirer, Undirella. This results in Keiki befriending and questioning many different girls in an attempt to figure out who his secret admirer is. That's pretty much as deep as the plot goes, except for a couple of things I'll touch upon later. Let's move on to the characters. Like I said before, the main character, Keiki Kiryu, is a hopeless romantic. He's a member of the calligraphy club, he lives with his younger sister, and that's pretty much all there is to say about him. His best friend is Shoma Akiyama. He helps Keiki try to uncover Undirella's identity, and the only other thing there really is to know about him is that he's into lolis. I'll rapidly fire through all the girls now. Sayuki Tokihara is also in the calligraphy club, and she's a masochist who wants to be Keiki's pet. Yuika Koga is a sadist who wants to make Keiki her slave. Mao Nanjo is a fujoshi who constantly fantasizes about and writes and illustrates homoerotic situations between Keiki and Shoma. Ayano Fujimoto has a fetish for boys' odors. Koharu Ootori is a voyeurist who blackmails Keiki into helping her go out with Shoma. Finally, Mizuha Kiryu is Keiki's younger sister who flirts with Keiki and is later revealed to be an exhibitionist. You may be asking yourself, why is he only listing these characters' fetishes? The answer is quite simple. That's really all these characters have going for them. Yeah, some act shy or nice or mean, but the show really wants to hammer home the fact that all of these girls have some kind of fetish. I don't have a problem with these characters having weird fetishes. What I do have a problem with is the fact that these fetishes are their only character traits. They have no personality outside of these fetishes. Every character in this show is one-dimensional, especially Keiki, who doesn't have a fetish, but he's just bland and generic. I will say that he has an interesting dynamic with the girls. Given that he's a blank slate and they're all to the max with their fetishes, it leads to plenty of comedic moments. Although the ecchi scenes go a little too far sometimes, and there are plenty of them. That's where 50% of the show's humor comes from. The other 50% comes from the dialogue. The English dub is... well...
I was loose cooching it the day we were cleaning the club room.
Oh yeah? Catch me outside, you witchy cow!
I'm begging you, please make me your pet, master. Or we could, not?
Yeah, needless to say, a lot of creative liberties were taken with this dub. Look, I'm all for dubs putting their own spin on things from time to time, but this one goes overboard. Lines like these happen constantly throughout every episode. It relies on a lot of slang that will probably be outdated in the future, and there are so many lines that just make me cringe, and I don't use that word too often. I do find this dub to be comical often enough, but I also find it to be, well, stupid almost as often. Speaking of stupid, there's a reveal that happens toward the end of the show that makes Keiki look like a complete moron. This plot twist, I guess you could call it, honestly made me lower my rating for the show because it is just so dumb. I know it was meant to be funny, but it wasn't. Plus, the Undirella reveal is pretty underwhelming in my opinion. I'm not a fan of any of these girls, really, but the one who ends up being his secret admirer is a mediocre choice among the bunch, and even that's being generous. On the bright side, I really like the art style. The visuals are bright, colorful, and eye-catching, and the character designs look unique. As a whole, this show is a mixed bag. There isn't much depth to the characters, but they still offer moments of fun and hilarity even if I don't particularly like any of them. I don't really hate any of them either, but I find Mizuha, Yuika, and Mao to be very annoying, so they're my least favorites. The premise is interesting enough, and again, I'm not against the idea of every character having a weird fetish, but there should be more to them than that. Also, this may just be me, but I was hoping for a little more romance and a little less perversion. There is a slight romantic subplot between Shoma and Koharu, but I'm not a big fan of that relationship. I don't feel the chemistry between those two at all. Don't get me wrong, I obviously expected a lot of the perversion given the title of the show, but that doesn't mean there wasn't room for more romance and some deeper connections. After all, Keiki even asks, "Where's the love?" The plot itself doesn't really matter. The Undie thing is what gets Keiki to talk to all of these girls, but it still doesn't feel all that important. I think we could have gotten the same conclusion without it. Overall, I give Henske a 5 out of 10. It's an average harem show that I thought could have been a little better, but an over-the-top dub and a bunch of fetishes aren't enough to make for a good show. It's not bad, but it won't be finding its way back into my rotation.
Hey, Keiki.
What is it?
Be gentle. This is my first time after all.
Can we please not talk right now?
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you have any other cartoons, anime, or other animated works that you want me to talk about in the future, please let me know. After all, it's not my channel, it's our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and feel free to check out my social media pages, audition for an outro, and join the official Cartoon Session Discord. The links for all of which are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Hi, I'm Hinata Yuga from Naruto, and thank you for watching Cartoon Obsession.